And I'm live. Hello. It is I, the Tsar. It has been so long since last stream, and by that I mean it's been like a week. It's a bit unfortunate, but I should be able to get a stream in today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. Actually, wait. Do I get one in tomorrow? I need to double check the group chat. I'll probably get one in Sunday. Tomorrow is a little rough. But we're back. I want to do a long one today. We'll see if I have the energy for it. I've been a little bit like off and on energy-wise, but it would be nice to make some proper progress. It's not starting good though. I'm getting stun-locked by the first game they'll cover. That's never a good sign. It's too stylized to be a Forza game. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Okay. Very, very kind of them to just show you the answer. Here I was sitting like, there's no way I'm gonna get this. This is impossible. And then the license plate they revealed just says the name of the game. No, it's the... I thought the R was the edge of like a 2 for some reason. I lost a 50-50, I can't be too mad about that. It happens. Unfortunate fact of life. I don't know who you are. But it's screaming PS2 graphics to me. Is that Voldo? Fantastic Four? No, like, what? Crag? Oh, I forgot. Knack, that's it. Knack. Oh my god, it's a Cirrus Raph. I should have been able to get that earlier. Not based on this, but based on this. There ain't no one with this, like, rock musculature on the PS2. Except Asura. From Asura's Raph. Famous guy. Putting the stream on 100 volume while I have maintenance coming in all day to deal with my bathroom ceiling leaking. So you're telling me to be my best behavior? No, you're telling me to be my worst behavior. I see. I could never control you. Look. I've played BioShock 1 and 2 and 3. You can't control me like that. And by that I mean, you're right, thank you very much. You can't control me. Rawr. I'm special. Is this Spelunky? Guy Spelunky, oh my god. Look. I've played too much Spelunky. I didn't know he got a negative crotch though. I can't lie, you've got negative bulge. It recedes inwards, which, you know, good for you. That art style is so fake, dude. Yeah, I mean, it feels like slop AI, but it's not. When I just had this, I was like, is this even real? But then I was like, no, I know what this is. It's not the original art style. The original was pixelated. But it's the classic where they just kind of take a pixel character and they cell shade it, I guess, or it's not cell shading. It's but it sells something. Ace Attorney did it too, where yeah, you even have them side by side, originally pixelated like this, and then bam. I don't know if you have to redo the entire image or if you can produce this from the pixels. I imagine you have to remake the image entirely. Like, it's lost a little bit of detail here. There's 2 layers of pixel shading on the jacket. There's only one here. You know what? I've always thought the pixel look looks a lot better for Ace Attorney, and seeing them side by side, I think it's so obvious why. The shading is like way better here. Looking at how the finger, like the inside of the hand, is shaded, it looks so much worse here compared to here. It also, the proportions here look super off, like the hand is way too big. And even though proportionally it's like the same, this feels way less egregious. I don't know why. It might be because the like knuckle and stuff, like all the details are larger relative, so the hand size itself doesn't stick out quite as much. But yeah, it's crazy how much better I think the pixelated look is compared to the remaster. They did win with the button though. This button looks sick. That's peak character design. Also, is this just a photo that's been like traced? I've never noticed how these look like hyper realistic in a bad way. They look kind of out of place here too, but not as bad. But they kept the vibe. So yeah, this is the stream where we hyper-analyze Ace Attorney. That's what we're doing for the rest of the stream. I'm spending 45 minutes on doing this. Swearing, skill shots, controversial dark humor. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Not new. Can you zoom in on Morgan of the Devil's Chest? Okay, thanks. Save search on. Booba. There. I did it for you. That's the good stuff. Yep. Why is my chat so horny? What could possibly lead to a horny chat? Nothing I do would facilitate that behavior. Or really signal that it's okay. No, I don't understand. What about my stream? Looks at the suspiciously 200-hour size playlist of VODs in the back corner. Slide kick gore system, cactus kills, drill weapon. Controversial. Oh, this is probably one of the like banned games that I forget the name of. It's not Rage, is it? Is it Rage? Energy leash, skill points, voice acting, crash landing. Okay, but this screams too late to be... Look, my ceiling is leaking water for a second time this year. Let me have this. I wasn't... I have a bad habit of when I'm questioning something, I put on a tone that makes it seem like I'm accusing you of something. I'm not. I'm merely questioning for the love of the game. Not because I think it's a bad thing in the slightest. You're fine. Also, did it announce that I've gone live? It did, good. In the Discord. Energy leash. What could this possibly be? Like, there's enough here that I feel like I should be able to get it. Cactus kills is insane. Controversial is such a weird one as well. Swearing is also hilariously weird, especially as the very first tag. Gore system. I was gonna say like Godfist. But there's no energy leash there. Ultra kill? Is there any dialogue swearing? I mean, Gabriel is dialogue, but swearing? Skill shot controversial? What is Ultra kill controversial because of the fucking anal Lovens partnership? Skill shot fits, dark humor fits, slide kicks it fits, gore system is a little bit eh. Cactus kills, I don't know if you can use a cactus. Drill weapon, I haven't played enough to know if there's a drill weapon. Energy leash, skill points, crash landing, I mean, yeah, you do crash land. I'll pull out ultra kill. I don't think it is, but Revenge Story, Space Pirates, Arcade. Okay, this is from the 80s. This is some bullshit from the 80s. Oh my god, it's a segment. Bulletstorm, I've never heard of this game. Move on. Sometimes it's not worth thinking about. My 3-year-old asked how long he had to wait until he could stop listening to me. Okay, this is from Tumblr Morgan of the Devil, which is gone now. And it's not about Morgan or of the Devil. I'm profoundly disappointed. Oh, I need to plug in my controller before I start. I have it in my backpack because I was using it at work. Big recommend, by the way. I'll give a content recommendation. I watched this is a guy I don't watch too often because I don't care for a lot of the topics he picks, but every time I watch a video from him, I'm like, you are an exceptional YouTuber in every sense of the word.
The old Steam controller.
You just aren't my wheelhouse. But this review is fan-fucking-tastic. The amount of detail in it and the stuff he goes over is so much more than any of the standard reviews. It's so funny how much more he thinks about compared to like any of the like main controller reviewers. I feel like every time there's a controller reviewer, they're like, here's the basic list of things you should go through, but they have no they really don't care. Whereas this is a guy who really cared, which is dope. That's why he doesn't do that type of review overall. He just does shit he cares about. I dig this guy. He's cool. Has he done any other controller reviews? I guess he did this. TMR sticks. I just had to chill for him. He needs it. He only has 100k views on it. All right, we're doing the fuck ass prison. I forgot. That's what we're doing. I was like, what are our What was our main thing we were doing last time? I even remember I was like, I really want to get back to it. I've lost the connection to it. But I do remember you have to do this in like increments. I think they've explicitly said in-game it doesn't matter how many times you take. But we have to like figure out the correct path to go without getting too tired every time. And I assume that we get more and more energy the more things we do in here. So let's explore some more. Oh. All these fetishes. It'll take an immense amount of counterlust to remove them. Okay, but did it... I guess it opened up there? Yo, Riala, you got a mummy fetish? Well, you get to the point. Can't help getting turned on by all these alluring monuments. I'm glad there's something beyond even you. But to answer your question, no, not particularly. I've always preferred meetings between equals, even in play. Oh, dang. Well, you could have been my mummy anytime. Does that... I mean, you can't even do that, because, like, you have your own mom. But also, Simon's married to 2 women, and you don't pick either of them to be mommy. You pick the one that's not explicitly not the mommy. Mommy does not equal mom. But you can at least offer, right? You can at least make the offer to let them be mommy as well. But she hasn't. It's like conspicuous that she hasn't, is the point I'm making. Not that it's wrong to invite Riala, but it's conspicuous that she hasn't said this to Janine or Wendy's. Hello, Kirby. You missed nothing. Except I shilled a Steam controller review. And did really poorly on GameDoll. We just started. Isn't that role already filled by any definition? Well, it's true that Mother will always be my primary mommy, and Simon will always be daddy, but I can have more than one. You have so much control over sexual magic. I'd be happy to be domed by you. That's very sweet. It might happen sometime. Who knows? I'll hold you to that. Jesus. It is a little bit of a jump scare every time, right? Every time you start this game, you're like, what we're doing? Oh yeah, dummy mommy. Yeah, my bad. I forgot. But is it okay to ask you a question that would be more appropriate for somebody older? Go ahead. Did my development get screwed up somehow? I was hoping I'd get as tall as Mother, and get big tits and so on. I haven't checked. Does boob size correlate to magic ability with the succubi? Bear in mind that she has a shard powering her, not to mention an abundance of sexual energy. Yeah, they are pretty fucking big already. Or maybe she was wearing like padding, but it doesn't look like it. I know, but I hope that since she had me after she got her shard, it might pass along. Likely not. As you've seen in multiple ways, the incubus shards are intrinsically selfish. Well, they're not selfish with cum. As I said, I gotta, like, take a step back, readjust my sensibilities when I start this game, and, like, step out of my normal day-to-day expectations so that I don't react to what the game says. But the sexual energy side is what worries me. Everybody treats me like a little sister. Normally I like that, but did I get myself stuck there? I can reassure you there, the sexual energy from the harem can't have stunted you, only taken you to the limits of your normal growth. Well, it's not all bad. I really like being smaller and being submissive sometimes, so that's nice to know. But with all the magic we have, I should be able to do some fancy transformations eventually, right? Definitely. If you master a divine shard, even a small one, you should have considerable potential. Did you know some humans believe in figures of women of different ages? Some call them maiden, mother, crone, that kind of thing. Not very sexy, but a succubus version could be. I was thinking I could shift between different age versions of myself, and Simon could fuck them all. Kirby, so I didn't say anything, but in my head I was thinking, did I give her a shard yet? I don't remember. Did I give Nalili a shard yet? I feel like I might have given her a shard, and I'm very happy to be told off in such a respectful way that perhaps we should have given her a shard. But look, you don't know what Altina is gonna bring to the table. It might be way better than whatever, you know. I'm so sad. It is what it is. It's a fun idea, but before we master that sort of magic, would you be open to casting some of the other roles? Ooh, you can be the crone to my maiden anytime you want. Look, Kirby, you can't join the stream and just be angry the very first moment. It's not good for your soul, okay? You gotta relax a little bit. It's better for you, I promise. I thought this was my bit. If your bit is causing psychic damage, you gotta reevaluate, okay? I can just speak normally. I love imagining you as like a... Have you played Mario Odyssey? In New Donk City, I imagine you as like... The one Toad that's just standing there in full Toad voice. See? I can't do a Toad. I've never done a Toad. But like you're yelling like Toads do. You should have given her the shard. A shard. You didn't. You know, like every time. And I'm just like walking through New Donk City, and I have to hear you in the background throughout like most of the town. Don't compare me to Toad. Toad is based. Don't worry. That's a good comparison. With that said, I did see the AAA Mario meme got a remaster that, or rather an extended cut, and it ends with Toadsworth as the main bad guy, and it was really good. I'm already too self-conscious about my voice. I think a lot of people are. I was very self-conscious about my voice. And to a degree I still am, but it's less about my voice and about how I enunciate stuff. I mentioned this before, but it comes up a lot more when I speak Swedish, so it doesn't really matter for streaming, but it happens a lot in Swedish. So, you know, I get it. But I used to have a really bad complex about my voice. I forget what started it. I think it was... honestly, it might be tied to my nickname Pipsqueak, right? That I gave myself, because I got told I had like a unusually unpubertized voice. Okay, there are a lot of cocks in here. Nice thing to pass on. Yeah, I mean, I love cock, and I don't think a tower space based on my fetishes would have this many. It does hit me. Does this space have more cocks, or does it have more boobs? Because I'm pretty willing, despite the 2-to-1 ratio inherent to the question, unless you count, like, statues with both, I think there's a lot more dicks here. Was the Incubus Emperor gay? Unless maybe that's normal for men. I mean, I think about pussy and tits and stuff. I really doubt it. Make a space based on Simon, I'm sure it will be all us and cuddling and stuff. Well, in economics and calculations. Always his first fetish. Iris, do you think that it's possible that the Incubus Emperor was actually suppressing part of himself? I called it. I can't say for sure, but my guess is that he wasn't. If that had been the case, he would have somehow gotten more men involved in his sexual escapades, instead of so consistently killing them. Yes, I suppose that's true. Well, is it though? If you look at like Peter Thiel and Sam Altman, You can kill a lot of gay people and still be gay. Queer-owned businesses, baby. Queer-owned businesses. Depressing. I'm sorry, that's a dark joke, but it is a depressing truth. Speaking of, did you see that Niantic got purchased by Saudi Arabia years ago, and their maps that you've made by playing Pokemon Go is now used to used as training software slash, I guess, a data set for army drones. It's great. I actually really love that. We love that. I suspect his anatomical interests stem from his warped sense of himself and sexuality, not any latent interest. Latent? Latent? I think both work. Do you suppose a bisexual Incubus Emperor would have been more or less horrible? More, for sure, right? Well, Sandy, does the pronunciation of latent... No, because I've heard latent power. I've heard latent power, but I've also heard latent power before. But latent is definitely the more common pronunciation. But I have heard latent before. Latent. Late. It might just be that they don't enunciate the Y at all. They just do latent. No? For positional tracking of drones in case of no GPS signal, that's what it was, thank you. I didn't... For reasons known as mental health, I didn't read too deeply into it. I suppose that depends on how you... Girls, we're trying to have an unserious conversation about cocks here. And... drone warfare. I feel like I'm about as unfocused on the conversation as the rest of the party. Okay, if that's the... what's the name of that? The enunciation guide, or pronunciation guide, I forget what that's called. But how to enunciate words. If that's what it looks like there, then that's definitely latent. Thank you. Serious conversations about cocks are also good. Kamdam was not really listening, but she thinks cock is nice. Thank you, Kum. Do we think cock is nice? I don't know if I think cock is nice. Is that problematic of me to say? I'm trying to breach like a new audience. I'm trying to be a problematic streamer. Did that remove anything valuable that I cared about in the slightest? No, I'm happy I said. Kinda homophobic? The fuck is homophobic? Alright, what did he make these dildos out of? The bones of his enemies. I am the bone of my sword. You're joking, right? I wish that I was. Come on, Incubus Emperor. You can make dildos out of almost anything. How do you fuck this up? Valid crash out, I gotta say. Okay, that also didn't really clear anything I cared about. Masturbation statue. Seems like a pretty ordinary thing. How can he mess this one up? I don't see... Is that a fucking corn cob in her pussy? No way. Gotta be a weird dildo. But it's so detailed. I think it's a corn cob. I am not familiar with this one. Yes, he was really into corn cobs for a few months. Corn cob dildos, corn cob pussies. He wanted to fuck the corn cobs themselves for a while. Corn cob pussies? Huh? It nearly led to famine and malnutrition, and I didn't have the heart to explain about the shortages. At least use normal corn. Yeah, that would be kind of reasonable. I'm just going to remove the statue. Country girls make do. Yeehaw! Good stuff, good stuff. Love that. I should start posting clips from the stream again on Blue Sky. With no context. I feel like a few... who was it? Blue? Ooh, their full name is Blue... wait, I have it in my head. It's Blue the Mask? I think their name was. They popped in here, and they popped in from a random clip I posted on Blue Sky. And then they were in the below average saga. The just popping in with the, what the fuck are you talking about, a couple times. That was baller. So maybe I should post it on Blue Sky more. We get random viewers from there. Ha! That felt good. I always wanted to shove that asshole's face into the ground. At least I can destroy his legacy. We appreciate your help, Estera. Some of these remnants need shards, and Simon is spread thin. No problem. Glad to do my part for the harem. You can take it from here, right? Yes, if you'd like to return, we can easily dismantle the remnants. Actually, I would like to stay and watch, if possible. If you won't make an ordeal of it. And she was here for reasons. The entire party is entering and exiting. We've gone in here like 4 times, Kirby. Like, all the succubi are here. It wouldn't surprise me if we literally just left and walked back in to grab her. What exactly are you asking, Estera? Recently, I find myself missing magic. The complexities of it. Not shard magic that can operate on intuitions and raw power. But in the time I've been Empress, magic has advanced so far. We got like integrals and algebra. Shit like that. There's Roman numerals now. It's fucked up. New mana filters, strange spell forms, technical terms I've never heard of. She should not be here, actually, because, you know, Empress on Empire. She hasn't ruled since she... since we conquered her, she hasn't been at her post a single time, ever. We've even gotten, like, lore segments, or, like, dialogue that she left entirely. We operate the kingdom now, rather, what's her name? Iris operates the kingdom for the most part, but also, like, Lexand and stuff. But, like, this has been... She is in Tertia's domain, big shillin', doing nothing and being depressed all day. I don't think she's even visited the Orgasmic Empire. Actually, she hasn't, because she said that she wanted them to, no, she might have visited. I'm conflating what the Goddess of Magic said, that she hasn't visited her followers because she wanted them to be independent. Estera hasn't said anything about that in the slightest, but she hasn't been, like, a leader since we got her, for sure. Lay people may not understand, but the science of magic has been advancing, yes. I want to dismiss it as newfangled garbage, but I know it must all exist for a reason. Given what you accomplished in your life, your magical intuition must be solid. I'm sure it won't take you long to catch up. Hopefully, but I can't ask my own succubi, and it'd be humiliating to be taught by that wisp of a girl. Wisp of a girl? Are you talking about Robin? Who could you okay. But I'm tolerable? More than tolerable. Haven't I been clear enough that I respect you? I'd be happy to help, Estera. Plus, you stand up to me. I don't have many people who do that anymore. Kotaku had a follow-up article? I can be submissive with Simon, but it's been a long time since I was domed by a woman. Well, let's work together clearing out this magic and see where things go. Niantic Spatial denies Pokemon Go data is being shared with their own company. The company says it's no longer receiving data from the monster catching app after Niantic was acquired by Scopely. What do you mean, no longer? We gotta take a quick detour. They had to opt into the feature. Niantic Spatial owns the right to all the scans. got owned by a Saudi-owned company. Vantor denied the Pokemon Go data was used in the creation of the model. But it has been used as an early thing for its own model. Also, a lot of this is he said, she said. Company released 2 statements claiming that the Pokemon Go data is not part of its agreement with Vantor, and the Pokemon Go's data is not shared with Niantic Spatial since the company was spun off following the Scopely acquisition. But did they lose all the data they had before? Oh, Kirby is not on the ball. Here I'm looking over at this, I'll ban it. But all the data they had produced before that point. Yeah, it's very fair. I'm just saying that I won for once. Now, as part of Scopely, Pokemon Go data is not shared with Niantic Spatial. A company spokesperson said in a statement to Kotaku, AR scans collected for Pokemon Go were submitted voluntarily by players who opted into the feature and were subject to the applicable terms. Yeah, but everything that you produced up to that point is still in the model. As it exists right now, this, like... Is this to save PR that if you play the game now, you're exonerated? They haven't denied at all that the... Wait, while we have an agreement with Vantor announced last December, is still in its early stages, sharing this data is not part of the agreement. But don't they have access, or... Vantor is the separate company that Spatial is gonna share, is supposed to share data with. The head company that isn't Spatial, just regular Niantic, claims that nothing is being shared now. Who has written this? This should, while we have an agreement with Vantor, means it should be written by Spatial. And sharing this data is not part of the agreement. For more background on scanning in our models, ground scans were one component to help train Niantic Spatial's real-world foundation models. These models are being used across a range of sectors to help AI understand and navigate the physical world. Okay, so yeah. This is just to save PR, so that if people play the game now, they can be like, no, but we're not giving data out anymore. But this confirms that everything that was produced before they got acquired by Scopely is being used by the Saudi company. This joins, I might be out of the loop, but 100% Pokemon Go data is going to be something insanely sinister. Oh no, it happened. It happened. That's it. That's what the thing is that Niantic Spatial got bought up by Scopely, which is owned by Saudi Arabia, and now they are in an agreement with a drone company, army drone company, to deliver a comprehensive positioning solution that will enable air and ground platforms to navigate and coordinate precisely in GPS-denied environments, i.e. for army use. Oh, Spatial is the singular part that wasn't bought out. Regular Niantic got bought out. Right. Okay. In any case, what this does mean is that they have access to everything that happened before, and I had them flipped, sorry. I thought Niantic Spatial was the part that got acquired by Saudi Arabia, but it's the opposite. That Spatial is not acquired, but Niantic is acquired, yeah. But the thing is still that they have access to all the data that was produced before that split. Which I don't know when it happened. What year was this? I mean, most of the data was produced during the height of Pokemon Go, I can imagine. I'm doing a Google run. 2025. Acquired by Scopely in 2025, so 10 years. Pokemon Go release date. 2016, okay, they've got years and years of data. Three more years after the game was released was still before COVID. And... Or that was 2019, that was like when the boom happened, wasn't it? Daddy, you played a ton of Pokemon Go. When was the Pokemon Go boom? Was it 2018, 2019? Or... It was 2016? Really? The year I started Smash was the fucking Pokemon Go boom? These are so separate in my head as like different eras of my life. Did it have a second like resurgence at the tail end of COVID or something? Like no one played it and then people started playing it again? I think maybe I'm thinking of like a second thing, not the initial one, because maybe I just wasn't privy to the original boom or like didn't pay attention enough. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, that's what the data is, Daddy, or the scoop. Pokemon Go training army drones. It's great. I'm sure it's gonna train more than that as well. Okay, why is there a red flame here? Slave of water. Can you do something more valuable? Can you stop being bad at the game? Are we dead now? Because I got unlucky. No, we're good. We are 200 hours into the game. And this random trash mob mini-boss creature introduced a new debuff called Disgust that we haven't seen in the entire rest of the game. Why the fuck are we introducing debuffs 200 hours in? What does Disgust do? It does 680 poison damage, but I guess it's not cleansable, I guess. If you continue into the overworld, I'm gonna be real mad. Oh, sorry, I missed your second comment, Sandy Beach. I didn't mean to dismiss you. Look, I have a data science background. Watching people react to this without specificity is driving me bonkers. That's very fair. And I will immediately reject what Kirby said and say that it's still bad, but specificity does matter. Ugh, this stuff keeps coming back. Yes, well, my ability to endure it is growing. I should be able to purge more each time. Yeah. Literally, we're entering and exiting immediately just to, I think you're meant to do this like multiple times, but I don't care. Also, we cleansed the fucking fetish bookcase permanently, it seems. That one hasn't come back yet. The dildo. Yeah, right. If I do this, I can't cleanse anything else here. We do this. That gives us access to the middle island. And what do we do from here? I forget what you do from here. We gotta hit the save. We gotta cleanse the... whatever this is. Weird cock, be gone! Oh yeah, right, the orb thing, I forgot. Wait, did that... Please tell me that didn't use like a resource. There's no way. Is that a pregnant Ivala? I mean, you don't know the statue lady. You don't know the statue lady is Ivala. She doesn't look too much like the real thing. But it looks like common church representations. The intention is clear. The Incubus Emperor actually carved something like this, but declared carving lame and destroyed it. I don't know, it looks pretty decent to me. This must represent his mental image. The actual one he carved looked like a melting scarecrow. Don't debate the statue's artistic merits, destroy it! There, replace with genuine Ivala lust. Happy? Yes, actually. What, you don't want the pregnancy? You know what, fair enough. Why does she have some kind of crown wrapped around her tits? We will never speak of this again. How the fuck do I get... I've been in the corner! I forgot how I get into the corner. Ooh, I can take the chest. I thought that was elevated. Found an Eldritch Drought. Is this thing safe to drink? It's not going to do anything weird. I believe it's a real item that fell into this place, yes. I have forgotten how you open up the area to the side, but I'm gonna assume it's this cock. I can't find anything fucked up about this one. Yeah, I expected it to be coming spiders or something, but it's normal. Nice, even. Alright, what are we missing? I don't notice anything unusual. It doesn't remind me of any particular incident. Oh fuck, what are we missing? Who knows what horrors it contains? Destroy it! Destroy it! I mean, okay, that opens up this path here. Look, the Incubus Emperor can just have a normal cock sometimes. It's fine. You know, at first I was getting frustrated that this work didn't involve more sex. Turned on by all the decorations, are you? Ugh, don't even joke. But then I realized I was really satisfied. Like some sort of ice cream truck outside my window that I don't know if it's audible, but the level of, like, insane... dissonance produced from hearing the ice cream truck I associate with being like 5 years old again, and then reading about the backroom of dildos. There's a little bit of like a dissonance there that stun-locked me for a little bit. But then I realized I was really satisfied, like some sort of strange mix of being in the middle of a great fuck and relaxing afterward. Watching you do your work, or hearing you talk to the others and really connect, it's as satisfying as watching your lovers fuck each other. Cuckoldry, cuckoldry. Can we get a chant going? Cuckoldry, cuckoldry. Well, I'm glad. It's satisfying, but is something wrong with me? Is my core sexuality fading? No. No love for cocks here, man. This is fucked up. Cocks are people too. So now I start like, I get like weirdly defensive about it whenever the topic gets brought up. It's like, no, cocks are fine. No, that doesn't mean I'm a cock, but... I have a little bit of food left, so... Occasionally I'm gonna eat the leftovers. I don't believe so. Either from monitoring your internal magic or from a theoretical perspective. At least be proud about it. I was! I mean, I was pretending to be. That's why I started a cuckoldry chant, and no one joined in. Do you know how embarrassing it is to start a chant when no one joins in? This is fucked up. Sucks to suck, boss. I think sucking is part of your responsibility during foreplay and during sexual intercourse as well. You gotta suck. It's just part of the deal. Otherwise, you're a bad lover. Obviously, you do it at their behest, but I don't think it sucks to suck. I think it's necessary. It's respectful to suck. Theoretical perspective, it doesn't happen to all succubi, but I've noticed that some seem to reach a new plateau in their mature state. They may not be as glowing, but their bodies have been deeply infused by a life of sexuality. For real? You're not just trying to spin this to make me feel better? Not at all. It was something that concerned me as I extended my life and became increasingly wary. It's true that sex sustains us, but because we receive intimacy and belonging through that, we tend to overlook them. Oh, that's true. I used to think that if you want to cuddle, you might as well fuck, but meeting humans has taught me the value of pure cuddling. For all that we can teach humans something... Weird sentence structure. For all that we can teach humans something about sexuality, I think that we can learn from them as well. Searching for a for real? I didn't want to make the reference. Yeah, just belonging in the harem is really warm and comfortable in a way I couldn't have understood years ago. Of course, it really makes me want to fuck everyone, but the waiting is a nice part of it. If you're worried about your sexuality fading away, I don't think you need to be. For years I thought of you as an elder succubus, not just old, but a permanent legend. It's crazy to me that we can talk to one another and have things in common when it comes to our stage of life. Is the difference so large anymore? Think about how legendary you'll be to the children born since the Third Arclentian War. I guess I hadn't thought about it that way. Perfect! We can be sexy role models for the younger generation. It's nice to see you so happy about this. For years I was scared of growing older, seeing myself fade, and leaving behind my lovers. I still want to live forever with everyone, but growing older doesn't seem so scary anymore. There's beauty even in fading. But when you said it was nice to see me, did you mean... Oh yes, in the succubus sense, we'll have to enjoy each other later. But first, sexy reformation. And I suspect that that's all our energy for this run, right? Apparently not. What is this thing? What am I looking at? Wait a minute. Are these made out of pink ants? Alright, I forgot about this fetish. Are they magic ants? Does it feel good somehow? No. He was just really into ants for a while. Ugh. The painting is the final obstacle. You need to clear everything else in order to do the painting. It's the thing we're trying to do after we've done everything. Damn, that's blunt. Just giant statues of a dick of some type? A horse, maybe? Given Incubus Kings, it could well be a form of his own dick. Actually, this is the penis of a magical creature called a hippodick. It resembles a horse, but is slightly different. Is that another species that has gone extinct? No, it's something the Incubus Emperor made up, then drew a bunch of pictures of. What? Stop talking about it and just eradicate that thing. Better? I'm very ready to be done with this place. But you don't like the hippodick? I'm a big fan of the hippodick. Cumdump will help with the sparklies. I'm glad to have you. Do you understand the concept I'm going for? Succubus wants to fix bad things, but also wants to do tricky pretty magic. I suppose that's one way to put it. Cumdum spends lots and lots of time thinking about the funny lines between things. At first, Cumdum thought sexy was good and good was sexy, but humans do not think all sexy is good. It is very confusing. Then Cumdum realized that sometimes cuddling is sexy and sometimes it is not sexy. But even non-sexy cuddling can be good, even if Cumdum thinks it is sexy. There's certainly conceptual overlap, especially between succubi and... Long ago, Cum-Dum thought all hugs were sexy. Then she realized that she needed non-sexy hugs. And so Cum-Dum tried very hard. It worked for children's. Cum-Dum gave hugs that had niceness and cuddliness, but not sexiness, even though that is confusing. But the same hug would make big people angry, and sometimes they would say it was too sexy, even though Cum-Dum was not being sexy. Wait. So Cum-Dum cannot isolate the niceness in sparklies, but it is still possible to make niceness, and Cum-Dum tries to make it lots. You're saying that magical properties, even those that appear to be fundamental, are in some way relational. That's... Yes, it works. It could be modeled comparable to heat. Something that's hot to one substance would be cold to a hotter substance while having a single objective temperature. Except it exists in a multidimensional space, not a single spectrum. That's brilliant. Cum-Dum is happy to help Succubus. Do you spend a lot of time thinking about this sort of thing? Cum-Dum has developed a theory of hugs, but needs to do more thinkings for a theory of kisses. Kisses are funny. But for this, Cum-Dum tried extra much to do tricky thinkings and find good ideas for Succubus. Thank you, Cum. If there's ever anything I can do to repay you, Nope. Cum-Dum wants to help because Succubus makes Cum-Dum feel nice and not dumb. Would you like a hug, though? Yay! Harem cuddles are easy cuddles. Get over the stun lock. What a conversation. Also, yes, the nickname has been Succubus for a long, long time. Which, honestly, valid. I feel like that's just the correct name for her at this point. Yeah, okay. That was the final one. Okay, but why, like, honestly, why even force me to go back and forth? I guess it allows you to go heal, but this dungeon hasn't even been particularly hard. Aww. The portrait of the church slut, the high priestess slut, really makes me laugh every time I walk past it. Forgot what her name is. Oh, I've not memorized at all what each statue does, which I really should do, but I believe this was the first one. What the fuck? You can walk behind here? This is the second one, which gains access to here. Now you need... Is it the dick that goes down? No, because I did... It's this that goes down. No, I'm wrong. I'm stupid. I didn't pay attention. There it goes. That's it. From here... I mean, the ants cleared up that place there. Wait, has this Lamia been descaled? No. Or the back of... Yeah, ooh. I guess so. Looks like violently too. That's horrific. Iris, did you ever hear of such a thing happening? Not to my knowledge. If it had, I think I would have needed to clean up the aftermath. And I'm glad there were some fetishes he never got the chance to act on. I love that there's just a calendar. Someone please tell me that isn't a sexy tree. Well, I guess sexiness is in the eye of the beholder, so someone might disagree. I'd fuck that tree. Please tell me that if the Incubus Emperor fucked trees, he turned them into a woman for... Wait, what am I saying? Trust me, you don't want answers to any of those questions. Fuck the tree. Fuck the tree. Does killing the tree count as fucking the tree? I don't think it does. I think we failed at the assignment. I read a comment on the YouTube channel from someone who watched like the 12th VOD or something. And they're like, man, at this point I had like 300 saves and you're up to like 1,000 already. Wow, you save so much. And now I'm super self-conscious about how much I save. But like why wouldn't you? It's It's a calendar. I don't get it. Condom does not see any sexy pictures, only the bad face picture. I'm looking through and I'm not seeing anything, no fuck day or anything. It does feel kind of sticky, but what does that even mean? Hey Iris, what's this one about? Do you know how long it's been since I thought about this? Do not remind me about his calendar fetish. In any case, it's quite strong, so it will require more lust to purge. What? I gotta save the fucking calendar for like second last? Fuck kind of calendar is this? I can't get this one open. Alright, I think this is actually another fetish. What? No, I get it. No. Before you start shit-talking him, I get the mimic fetish. I've seen enough for Ian to understand the allure of the mimic fetish. Like, that makes sense. I think headcanon for me has been that Himmel had a mimic fetish, and that's why he never saved her. I recall him being really into treasure chests for a while. Gave him an opportunity to say, I like big chests a lot. I was going to agree until he brought up Freeran. It's the most salient example. It's topical. It illustrates the point beautifully. It's in the pop culture, so everyone can understand it immediately. What's the problem? It appears to be solid, with no interior and no magical power. Ugh. This one is too pathetic to get rid of. That's what they want you to think! There's a mimic inside it! Oh my god. What do you mean cat emerged? What are we doing here, game? Also not what I meant when I said I like cat girls. One sex. Lilith is now level 100. Look. You know what? I agree. Why did we not... Okay. Found 69 sex. Thank you, game. I'm so stun-locked. And it's another horsecock. Whoop-de-doo. How does the Incubus Emperor make horsecocks boring? I've noticed there's a certain degree of monotony in most of his extreme fetishes. It may excite for a while, but all the specific forms are just masks on a fundamentally simple appeal under the surface. You know, you make a good point. He never came off as someone with a healthy sex drive. More like an old man desperately jerking it, trying to maintain an erection while it's slipping away. Well, that description would have infuriated him. That brings me more joy than any horsecock. You know what? I hate to say it, chat. He's just like me. For real, for real. Okay, seriously, what is with crowns and tits? Guess we have all this to thank for the war and the Incubus Emperor's ultimate downfall. Iris! Elaborate! Chains might be fun for some, but Why is there a pumpkin? Oh shit, a pumpkin! We take care of this now. You know, I agree. Nalili, what the fuck are they talking about? only person with a sane reaction to this fucking place. Why is this statue holding a portrait of the Incubus Emperor? Oh, I can explain this one. Sometimes he would force Succubi to hold up portraits of him and stand around the throne room for hours. Has he heard about command strips? They're pretty good. Like an ego thing? I wish. He was jerking it the entire time. How can an Incubus King with infinite lust be so lame? Once again, we must, we must remind everyone of the what's it called? The Northern Lion parable of the jerker versus the fucker. The Incubus Emperor has insane jerker vibes. That's just a Trap Tricks card. This is just a Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap Tricks card, I swear. That's not even a tree or plant, it's just a naked woman with a flower on her head. A Trap Tricks card, just like I said. Are you telling me that you'd be okay with it if she was more of a living tree? It's just the sheer laziness, I guess. You're so right, I know. It is just a Trap Tricks card. Will make you into a succubus yet. Oh my god. I just got hit with a 10% battery warning on my headset. If I start charging my headset, does that fuck up the audio for everyone else? Let me check. Okay, so I'm talking and there's this sort of audio. I've plugged it in and it seems you still have audio and I don't, and that's fine. No, oh, no, it died. Desktop audio died. Weird how that happens. Okay. Can I get it back? There we go, I came back. Nice, I gotta charge my headset, unfortunately. Which means now I hear my own voice in like a little bit of a weird way, because I'm so used to hearing it with the noise cancelling on, but hearing it without noise cancelling is like insanely jarring. Okay, so this implies that the cat is like at the top of the hierarchy, and you've got Fetish Incarnate at like the bottom, and the Fetish Fairy is like a step above, but then they all evolve into cat in the end. Like, this feels like some weird propaganda for cat girls, is all I'm saying. I love the random immune that Vala just has. Like, consistently, she just does not give a fuck at all. Stop evading! Stupid fucking fairies! Nah, we do the flurry thing. Then we just triple shot, we just keep vibing. I've changed my mind. I gotta do the cannot miss moves. This shit is crazy. Randomness. Fuck luck. Thank you. Cannot miss. Kill the fairy. You probably have like a 10% hit rate on these motherfuckers. It's time. Auto attack every single turn. Yeah, I would wager it's like 10% or lower. Just based on the sample size. Yeah, it's definitely like 10 to 5% or something like that. Probably 10. I like how that was harder than every like red fight we've done. Just for no reason, the blue fires are more difficult. Oh, I need I can't believe we've already hit level 100 on like all our characters. Okay, can I... Have I gotten more lust? I doubt it, right? Such a strong fetish. It'll take an immense amount of counter lust to remove it. Okay, so like why have we gotten more lust? I thought we expended lust in order to do stuff. Gone, at least for now. Okay. So we got I hate that they said at least for now. Also, I haven't interacted with the second orb. Already? Yeah. I think already. We're probably not super done with the dungeon. Or maybe we are. Well, there we go. Finally something. Old Predator. Oh no. It's Epstein. Hello there, Sabitha. Are you here to assist our work? I will help. I will eat this object. I will not eat this object. Yes, the Incubus Emperor was a very unpleasant man. It should be smashed! This is better. Glad to be rid of it. Thank you, Sabitha. You were connected to this one. I have just connected stories I did not realize were relevant. You had to endure something much like I did, didn't you? In the sense of suffering under a selfish ruler, yes. Yes, I understand now. I had not connected the pieces before. Do not worry, old predator. I will keep you safe. I will pet your hair. That's very kind of you, Sabitha. So we have Succubus and we have Old Predator. Dude, if someone gave you the nickname Old Predator, I don't think I'd take it very well. I'd be like, we gotta workshop the nicknames before we unleash it into the wilds. The Old Predator goes a little too hard. Am I performing it incorrectly? I will bring the prime mammal to explain. That's not necessary, Sabitha. It's comforting to have you here on our side. Because when you saw me, you saw a reflection of your past. And you wished to erase that reminder. Well, you're more perceptive about these things. But it was more about wanting to help you in the way others helped me. This is good. We should destroy the bad objects so that others can eat the good ones. Not a very demonic attitude. You're willing to share? I have enough to chew on. I'm satisfied. Have we raised the very first death flag for Sabitha? You know, I could say the same. Later there'll be chewing. Okay. You can chew on me. Okay. I guess I'll let you chew on me. If you really wanna chew on me. What's that character from Winnie the Pooh that's ultra depressed? Eeyore? Yeah, Eeyore. Igor. I'm Igor. Yeah, you can chew on me. Slave of Earth. Headbutt the planet. Nice. She keeps using moves that I don't remember her having. Eeyore, thank you. It was in between both of them, so I can't be too mad. I almost got it. Okay, that's a weak point. No. Igor was definitely correct. Like a Y and a G is like almost the same thing. I feel like you're being uncharitable with that. Like I get it, I just don't agree. You feel me? I am being uncharitable. It's not something you're supposed to admit to, you know that, right? I would not agree with you claiming that you're just being correct. Or that you're being correct in general. I realized I was misquoting you by saying just claiming that when you're actually claiming more. You're actually more incorrect. Okay, I just... Okay, this one has to be normal. I've seen the statue all over the... Are there centipedes crawling out of her vagina? It's apparently more likely than you think. Flex tape? Like, what? Are we doing American advertisements? I believe those are millipedes. None of this is helping. So long, Hippodick. Can we do all of them now, I think? Either this one or the next one. Hey, this one looks like Simon in his Doom King form. I hate to admit it, but you may actually be correct. Seriously? Aren't all giant incubus dicks roughly the same? How dare you! I really think she may be correct. The Incubus King knew about the Doom King as a rival. I really had him on his mind, I guess. Oh my god. Were we his, like, gay awakening? Is that where this is leading? He was being so nonsensical in his battle with us and not taking it seriously because he just wanted to fuck us. Like more than normal, that's fucked up. Huh. It could have been a better love story, but instead we got this garbage. I'm gradually getting used to this, but I still need something to clear my mind, okay? This has to be the final run, right? Like, we have to have gotten everything we need. Our mana's topped up. She's Giga. I'm gonna force you to, like, stay forever if this isn't it. This is getting annoying, I agree. Like, why do I gotta go in here 17 times? If it turns out you have to, like... Okay, no, the calendar is gone, so I don't need to expend stuff on the calendar. But if it turns out you have to do this in, like, a correct order on the final run, or it doesn't work, I'm gonna be tilted. Shane's might be fun for some, but I watched him cause too much suffering. Or Statue Succubus doesn't have to hold the portrait anymore. Why did that trigger a red, like, boss thing, but... Oh, it's because I took the Shanes. I didn't take the Shanes last time. My guess is that every time we do a red one like this... Holy shit! Can you chill? Motherfucker! Relax! Every time we do a red, like, fight like this, we give more energy to Riala. Is my assumption. So maybe this is the last one. Maybe we need like one more. The crown in Cillian looks a bit pokey, but I'm up for metal tit ornaments. Now Lily? No. Like, if it's just an excuse to have more dialogue here, I could take it or leave it. I don't need it. The bright side is that all this has given me new appreciation for dildos made from normal materials. Whatever this cock means has been lost to time. This wasn't here before. Why did we spawn a chest here? Found 6969 sex. Thank you. Oh my god. Are you... The definition of insanity is really starting to hit right now. At least the chest is here, I guess. Also, what? The bed is gone from the start? Did we permanently remove a couple objects so we now have enough to do everything in one go? I don't understand. A pregnant woman? I'm surprised the Incubus Emperor had such a common fetish. No, she's inflated, as in filled with so much cum that she bloats up. Pretty sure that wouldn't work. Wouldn't it just come out? Not if sealed by magic or something sufficiently large. Ew, but wouldn't you burst? I mean, that's what happens when an animal eats too much of something. You're really giving this too much thought. You know, when human women stretch during pregnancy, they get stretch marks. Is that part of the inflation fetish too? I've met a couple people that openly have an inflation fetish. I wonder if I could stun lock them by bringing this up in reply to that information. When I say too much thought, I meant any. Okay, we gotta be done here. If they hit me with the, like... Why is the orb gone? I don't understand. Oh my god. 6,000 years later. I think we can finally purge this one, and maybe this plays for good. Are we ready? Yes. Okay. You know what the worst part is? It's pretty much guaranteed that because we're at the end of the game, this painting of the Emperor has higher stats than the actual Emperor did. Fools! Don't you understand? My lust is unending! Look out, I think it's distorting the magic around... Really should have picked a character with AoE. You know what? I can pick a character with AoE. What? He full healed because He full healed because I changed character. What? I've never seen that before. He also cleansed himself. This shit makes no sense. No, no, no! I can't lose! I have too much to see! Too much to fuck! What the fuck? They just pop... Fart of the gods. There's some bullshit going on here. Yeah, I don't think this is going the way it's supposed to. like visually. They're spawning with no HP and stuff like that. I don't think that's intended for sure. Nice. Less experienced than some of the normal mobs in the dungeon. Is it finally over? I think it is. The horrible aura of this place is being replaced by a sexier one. Comdom thinks there are no more bad sparklies. Thank the Lust Lord. Or thank Simon. And thank you, Riala. It was your request, but this has been therapeutic. Where are the orbs? Something we did must have cleared them, because, like, we cleared every statue in the entire dungeon before we could interact with the painting, but the orbs just fucking disappeared between going in 2 times. I don't understand why. Incomprehensible. What did I say? It's therapeutic, isn't it?
Therapeutic.
Putic?
Therapeutic.
I don't do the Y sound. Therapeutic. How can all this have been therapeutic? So everyone has confirmed that it's done for good? We finished in 6 trips. Based on my analysis, we were moderately efficient overall. It's time to go back and do this all over again in 1 trip. Would it have been better cleaned if we'd done it faster? No, it just made it easier to count things. I'm glad to put this behind me for good. Are you sure there's no way to retry, just in case? They're making fun of me. They're making fun of my instinct to go back and optimize. No, this is one efficiency we can leave behind. Let's get out of here and take a break. So, it's done. I must say, it feels good to have finally erased his legacy. Though you could argue that most of our actions have been doing that for some time. That's true, but this in particular I'm happy to have put behind me. I know our sex wasn't particularly adventurous during this, but believe me, you have a very happy succubus on your hands. That was evident. Seems to me that you were working on something else though. You mentioned more esoteric magic. So you noticed? Yes, oftentimes it's ineffective to erase magic and leave a vacuum, better to replace it. In this case, I replaced his fetishes with something more neutral. I actually wanted to create a sort of fetish without a fetish, but... what would that be? Normal sex? How can that be defined? No, it's a breeding fetish. It came with your fucking DNA. Well, if it had worked, there would have been no definition. It would have been something magically identified as a fetish that had no content whatsoever. Regrettably, you can't do just anything with tower magic, and I couldn't make it work. You said you chose something more neutral. I'm not sure I can identify it. Basically, I tried to establish here in the tower a wholesome fetish, something between healing, reclamation, and rebuilding. Of course, it's also very near a purification fetish, which I'm sure would upset some Evalans. But what's the actual effect? We've just filled one of the many tower spaces, right? Well, the definite effect is that the Incubus Emperor's old energy won't be leaking out. That alone will prevent magical contamination. 6 trips is actually optimal? What? How the fuck? There's no way that's true. I mean, I took it... Do you mean that in the sense that any number of trips is optimal because it doesn't matter? Because that's the sense I got from the dialogue. But if I'm actually optimal, that's crazy. Can we rephrase the question? Is 6 trips the smallest quantity of trips you can make? Wiki says it's the fastest, that's crazy. Look, I was just a born optimizer. But I hope that it puts the fetish in the air, I suppose. It's certainly nothing like mind control. Also, hello again. Nice to see you. But it might trigger something in nearby succubi. I know succubi absorb ambient magic, but I'm not sure I fully understand the mechanics. I can't be sure either, other than confidence that it can't do any harm. But perhaps some of the succubi growing up today will find themselves with a fetish for healing, soothing, and improving the world around them. You sure you haven't inspired some of that already? When it comes to building, you've already inspired plenty of that sort of lust. What's this? Oh yes, let me tell you some of the things I've heard from succubi. Oh, the architecture! Oh my god, it makes me so horny! Have you seen the way that the Doom King's party built their castle? It's crazy. Their sense of interior design, it's off the charts. Really, really gets me going, you know? I'm so believable. Okay. Do we have stuff for some of these? Were you here before? I've been thinking about the boundaries of magic lately. That's a great start to a conversation. Sexual, arcane, and holy magic. They exist, but we've been able to blur the boundary lines at times. And of course, the tower allows you to tamper with just about anything on an elemental level. Oh, and I know it. I hope that I might be able to merge my love for arcane and sexual magic. Not wield both, but unify them. Actually, unifying fields of magic sounds near impossible to me, but you mean in an item, correct? Yes, something that would fit me perfectly. Something a little more elegant than charging into battle with a wand in one hand and a dildo in the other. Is that commentary on what her optimal build is? I was thinking a book, like a grimoire or casting book, one flowing with both types of magic. We can absolutely do it. The question is just whether we can make one worthy of you. Trickier than I thought. I don't think we're going to be able to compress the magic enough. This will be a pretty heavy book. Should be linked to my aura, so it could hover, but that linkage will already be near to overloading me. Am I tired today, or is there just a lot more awkward phrasings this stream than before? That linkage will already be near to overloading me. Like, I know it's correct English, but it flows so weirdly to me. Yeah, we'd run into interference problems, same as trying to wear a dozen magic rings or something. I do enjoy games that just don't explain, or rather don't have the arbitrary you can only have 1 or 2 rings, and instead you just have 10 ring slots. I've only seen this like twice, both of them RPG Maker games. It's so funny every time. In the first example is Black Souls. In Black Souls you have like an insane amount of accessory slots for like each finger, and I just find that so funny. Yeah, we'd run into interference problems, same as trying to wear a dozen magic rings or something. Besides, you want your hands free for targeted casting. What if we embrace the size? Pip, can we link auras? A little too horny for me, I'm sorry. I don't know if I want to link auras with someone I don't know well enough. It's a big commitment to link auras. Final bite of food. Nice. Big bite. 1 second. Actually, I should just make this a mukbang. I should just go into the microphone. That would solve our compression problems. And we wouldn't need to make power trade-offs for efficiency. Please don't. I'm desperate to grow my viewership, you know? I need to get more viewers, and I've heard mukbang streams really pop off. I don't get it. I have, oh, I forget. Misophonia? Is it misophonia or misophobia? The like, well, it's not a phobia, so it should be misophonia. Like, I get like physical pain from certain noises. that really, really bother me. I also get like intensely mad by some reoccurring noises. And mukbangs can trigger that like immensely. So if you ever want to really, really annoy me and make me legitimately angry, forcing me to listen to mukbangs at like a high volume will do that. The project would be rather resource hungry though. Simon is a resourceful man. Let's design the most powerful book we can and let him worry about that. We have a liquid sex, but I'll also need an arcane formation. Okay. Do I have a crystal of stability? I have a crystallized divinity. We do not have a crystal of stability. I love Robin. The shaded corner is quite pleasant. Wendy's, do you want to sit by the tree like old times? Mm-hmm. $92, Jesus. I'm trying to think. First of all, Riola's request is done now, right? Yes. We're doing Altina's request as well. Should I feel like I should just make the Shining Sword stuff before I forget. That's the wrong teleport. Like, I waited until after we did Philon, because I thought that was, like, main story stuff. And, like, she doesn't have her own request. We already did the home, so, like, I think so. Can I melt down some of these swords? Sure. Alright, let's do some Divine Alchemy. There's no way we've gotten, like, every sword. Created the Dull Ring. This is a disappointment. The ring has some defensive properties, but I distilled down 5 whole swords only to create this. Few great works are completed on the first try. We have more than enough to try again. Okay, but... be better. Don't waste my fucking swords. I need those. I don't have that many. Fear of this sort of thing was why I wanted to wait until I was restored. But you're right. I've learned a lot, so I can do even better the next time. I just don't believe that, like, we're going to restore you meaningfully until the end of the game. I think this is the amount we got. Well, can I melt down some of these swords? This time I'll aim a little lower, but I won't fail. Created the Ring of Wind. Excellent. This one may not be overwhelming, but it has deep affinity to wind and will grant great speed. I don't know. Yeah, no, the main point is, like, having this looming over me and not doing it is gonna be something I think about during dialogue and during random other things. So just offloading the mental, like, load of having to think about it by doing it now is preferable to me, even if it's slightly less optimal. It might not be. It might be the best time to do it as well. Excellent. This one may not be overwhelming, but it's deep affinity to wind that will grant great speed. Definitely situationally useful. You would know you were in the fucking dungeon, the puzzle dungeon, you would have loved this ring. And even better, I'm now confident that I can make something better without screwing it up. Why did... Hello, Robin? How good this ring, though? A holy failure grants immunity to many status effects. But garbage stats. Grants great speed and immunity to wind. Not impressed with your immature quips. That's a lot of speed. Didn't we have something that scales off agility? No, it... turn order? Well... Yeah, but I meant... I thought we had a skill on like, oh yeah, that scaled with agility. Or gymnast or something. I guess not. I'm well aware what agility as a stat does. Robin, you have something to add? I've been conducting some research alongside Wendy's, and I believe we've discovered a new application. She's being too modest. There's some potential even in materials I didn't think were charged enough. Shosun often wielded swords like these, but there were other materials that seemed holy as well, right? Yes, I've been keeping some of them in case they had any divine power. Not divine, but they do have value we can extract. Sadly, I don't think we can use them to make shining swords, but we can make raw sex, very appropriate for my other creations. That's the offer. Speak to me if you'd like to convert them. I mean, we don't care about any of the Chosen equipment, right? They're all garbage, so I'll just take the money. The less Chosen stuff we have, the better. Alright, I'm sure I can magic up something good this time. Do you remember that ribbon I made to protect you, so long ago? Not so powerful, but... Of course I remember it. With all the new power available to me, I should be able to create something much better. Created the Eldritch Ribbon. This feels quite potent. It can't protect you from everything, but it should be quite powerful. And if you're feeling kinky, maybe later we can tie that ribbon on something else. I've never tied something around my dick. I wonder if that would be good. It's like one of those things that I've heard about, but I've never tried. A powerful charm of twisting ribbon increases strengths but not resistances. Insane stat boosts though, you gotta admit. The issue is that he just has to be... Okay, anti-pressure helmet makes me immune to stuff. Good. I was gonna say I have to be immune, because otherwise I'm screwed. How many do we have left? We have 26 left. We're improving what we can create, if you can just bring me more swords. We've been highly condensing the magical energy so far, but the efficiency is improving, so we should be able to create larger equipment. Would that include full armor? Our fighters can always use better defensive equipment. That might be difficult, but let me see if I can't create a shield. Created the Shining Shield. How does this look? It should serve well enough. With the experience from that, I can try to create equipment for mages and succubi too. I thought it said 443 magic, not magic defense, but magic for some reason. I just transplanted the 4 down a row. And I was like, what the fuck is this item? It gives 300 magic? Pretty good stats. I love that her agility goes up to 23. That's insane. Always gonna be first in the turn order now. But... I don't know. I don't know if this is actually good enough to put on her. I think I'd want to put this on Karina, actually. This much agility is really nice on Karina to make sure she doesn't go last after the enemies. She's already a little bit too slow, so this might save her. Simon, I know that we've been prioritizing equipment for fighters, but I wondered if I could create something for Win. As long as it isn't a dildo, that's fine. Elaborate. Why would that not be fine? Are you anti-sex here? Are you a prude? Oh, she'd better not use this as a dildo. It's a cane, because she's old. Created the Staff of True Necromancy. Wendy's, this is fantastic. Probably too powerful to use for normal casting, but it might be able to break the theoretical limits on necromancy. Okay, so this is the story item. This is the, bar. collect at least this many shining swords because someone in your party is going to fucking die, or you're going to run into... Maybe the final party member is just like a corpse, and we gotta resurrect her. That was the goal. I won't be able to use it. Can we resurrect Celica? But you might be up to the task. I'll review all my notes and get to work. Just to be clear, you're not able to bring back the dead in a true sense. If only I had that power. No, it'll just allow combat necromancy beyond what's normally possible. I think it'll benefit us in the end, and with what... I think it'll benefit us in the end. Yeah, I mean, we're almost at the end, and where else would it benefit us, you motherfucker? And with what I've learned from this, I should be able to take on magical equipments. That was 10, okay. Alright, it's time to make equipment for mages. This used to be my specialty, so I'm looking forward to it. Created the Shining Sphere. Stronger than what you can buy, and better than what I can create with sex, but I was hoping for something earth-shaking. I'm sure the mages will be glad to have it as an option. That was 5? Okay, this next part might be a little strange. As a divine theoretical mage, I tend to focus on bending the magic as much as possible. But we do need experience, and data with more traditionally divine results. I think I know someone who might be able to help. Are you sure? My equipment already feels so powerful compared to what I've used most of my life. Karina, you are the best equipped member bar Simon in our party, so you're correct. No reason to stop there. Don't you want a mace that can smite the heavens, or something like that? Oh dear, I don't know about that, but we can try to come up with something. I love how... Oh dear. Created the pure divinity. Oh my. Oh my. The beauty of this gem is... I haven't felt like this since I first became a priestess. It does feel powerful, but is it usable as equipment? I'm afraid not. Don't tell the succubi, or they'll try to get me to stick it somewhere. As a necklace, no doubt, but I think this has great potential. With the right materials, it could become something much more impressive than simple equipment. That's something to think about. Because we built up to this point, that's actually not all. I gathered the materials that weren't precise enough. Received the crystallized divinity. Nice. The benefits of efficiency, I see. I'm sure we can find some use for that. Was that another 5? Nice, so we probably have 1 left. Okay. So... Shining Sphere. So the shield is so much better. But this one does give a bunch of agility, which is good. The problem is that Altina and Robin both have their special ones. So I guess I have to give it to like Riala. She's like the best pick. No, it was more... I didn't... That was still more magic. I gave her... I looked at other equipment after. It boosted her magic a lot. Shining Sphere is much better than Mathieu. I mean... Okay, never mind. You're correct. I read it wrong. It is slightly less magic by 10, but it's defense, magic defense, and a bunch of agility. Which I think is probably better, but it's not that big of an upgrade, you're right. I thought it would be better. Maybe you want to put it on... No, the Sylvan Gauntlet has to be better, right? Curious. Well, this next one, I consulted with the Succubi about what they'd prefer, but... Well, let's just say the church theologians wouldn't approve. Created the Shining Butt Plug. Finally a good item. You don't think we should publicize our new creation? Personally, I'm not hugely into these as toys, especially now that sexual magic can make anal sex so much easier. But I suppose I'm not the one using it, am I? I hope it helps. We need to get more shining swords. This is atrocious. Butt plugs were broken, right? I distinctly remember butt plugs being insanely good. Are you hearing that? Where is it? Am I blind? Is it not an accessory? There it is. Reserve SB. Thing is, I like don't use her. I think I want to use it on. I think I probably want to use it on her. I care about her SP way more than I do like anyone else, I feel. Chris's SP generation isn't bad though. That's good enough for now. She definitely needs a better dress though, that's for sure. Wait, can I... Partially resists all debuffs. Okay. I know this is heresy, but pretty quick. She doesn't have anything else that like protects against debuffs, so getting that seems good. I'm out of shining swords. Rip. And your relationship is garbage with me. Why do you hate me? You're at 100 though, good. Let me see. Oh no, I didn't give one to Nalili, you're right. Nalili, if you die, that's my bad. What's the next best one to do? Probably Karina's. We need to spend money on the Karina thing and then go talk to Anna. I think that's the next one we do. We're almost at the end of this quest line. I walked into the wrong building. It's playing from my TV, like really, really low. It's great. It's the one above. It's not that one, is it? No, it's the one up here. Yeah, I'll pay you. Thank you. With this, the Inquisition can become something new. I think we've finally taken care of everything. Are we ready to talk to Anna? Okay, it comes down to this. It may be strange to say, but pray for me. I see you've already begun work. You'd better not be running on impulses instead of theology. Please hear me out, then you can visit yourself. Well, we may have our disagreements, but clearly Vala worked for you in creating this place. Thank you, Anna. Truly, how did you manage to create the sense of peace here? The most complex aspect was purifying magical residue from all the forces that attacked Arkland. Said like that's not a problem at all. Beyond that, I hope that our sincerity shines through. This place is clearly holy. You can have your pseudo-inquisition. Believe me, I'll be keeping a close eye on them to make sure they don't become another channel for corruption to enter Steinford. But I hope this place will be a great help to those suffering, Sister Karina. Thank you, Sister Anna. Yippee! Thank you for making this... I love, and adore how out of place the fucking building looks compared to the rest of this. And also that the side of the building still is like falling apart. It's so good. Thank you for making this possible, Simon. I'm glad to come to close this piece of my life on better terms. Close it? You're not going to be involved with other Inquisition members? My involvement would only harm the organization's reputation. Separating myself was part of my agreement with Anna. Why is there a sofa? That's called a bench. Generally, when sofas are outside, they're referred to as a bench. But they're there so the people that walk by can like sit on them for a little bit before they keep walking. But it doesn't matter. I truly believe that this will be the best outcome for the church and for the people. Evala, what do you think? Still seeking my approval, are you? Well, you're kind of her fucking god. Well, now I can get an audible answer. But truly, I would like to know your opinion, not on our intentions, but on the likely results. My knowledge is far from perfect, but I can treat this the same as any other human endeavor. While it will face many problems, I believe this institution will overcome them and make a difference. Given the world we live in, I can settle for that. I have a read on this. This is the how well have you done the quest dialogue. And there is definitely a better result here. Like, it will last into eternity. You've changed the world, my final message. There are no problems. You will just vibe. But you know, given the reality of our playthrough, we can settle for that. That's okay. I hope not. I'm 90% sure. The final pieces of dialogue tend to be the like, here's how you did dialogues. Well, I've charged my headset for a while, so hopefully I can just put it on. And it'll be more than 10%. Fully charged, perfect. Wonderful, wonderful. BRB, I'm gonna go back rooms. Not bathroom. I'm gonna BRB and go back rooms. Be right back. And we're back. With headphones again, and more water. I love water. Like, if there's anything streaming has taught me, it's to become a water slut. Like, I'll drink so much water, and I love it the entire time. These crystals are so entrancing, I feel more peaceful just watching them. Remember how we lost, like, a bunch of iron swords in here? Because we didn't take them off the wall or whatever at the very start of the game. And now they're gone forever. That's when the playthrough started to derail. We don't offer services, so as not to interfere with the local churches, but we're still permitted to offer blessings. Personally, I'm looking forward to relaxing our wardrobes a little bit. We're struggling to keep up with demand, plus people keep asking for new mixes. Being in a business is rough. We sell a variety of purification or corruption testing potions here. Why would you... Okay. Hello, welcome to the Hall of Purity, but you knew that. We won't use the masks forever, but for now they convey a sense of authority. Anyone else have comments on the building? Nope. No one gives a fuck, huh? How important your dream was, Karina. No one gave a fuck. That's messed up. Oh yeah, the academic tower space, I forgot. Gather enough support. Oh yeah, right. That's gonna be a bit messy. Let's do the Sarai stuff. See what Sarai has to say. Wrong map. I keep thinking she's over there, even though she's not, and hasn't been. Let's go to Elisa's tower. Oh yeah, right. What were we waiting for there? I think I was waiting for like a hypothetical harem member to join us, but I've already like started doing a bunch of other quests with the assumption that isn't gonna happen, so before I forget, let's just finish Sarai's quest as well. Are you ready to try your large-scale spells again? Yes. Alright everyone, I'm going to try one of the big church spells again. This time I have support from goddesses, so it better fucking work. The intended result, if I understand our conversations correctly, will be to open up a divine space in the tower, distinct from other divine sources. Or divine energy, sorry. That's right, I figured that Hester will be using purified divine power, so we should be doing the same. Can we use like corrupted divine power? Like the ballers we are? Get like a cool red visual effect? Like red lightning or something? I can tell you that a spell like this would certainly be effective against me. It would be great if this could open the way for future worship of a supreme divinity, but you can't have everything. I swear to God, the end of this game is going to be the real world. They're gonna like flash forward like 200 or like 2000 years and it's gonna be our world. It's gonna be so tilting. Are we expecting heavy resistance? God, I hope not. Same. Likely. Altering the tower always seems to produce a reaction. I'll have to trust you all with this, but if it works, maybe in the future I can help you. Then let's all get ready. Oh, it's a little shrine. Is this some lost goddess? Not to my knowledge. You manifested this. It feels so pure. I don't mean the church's purity, but something beyond such categories. This is perfect. We could use this as a platform for spells. I can't believe it. I'm afraid it won't be that easy. Here comes the counter reaction. Nameless god emerged. God of fear and hunger emerged. I love Fear and Hunger. I can't wait for Fear and Hunger free. I ended up like watching a playthrough of Fear and Hunger 1, and then I played partway through Fear and Hunger 2, but I didn't finish, or I got like a ending. But okay. Relax. Take it easy. Let me change my party real quick. Got partway through, I got a bad ending, and then I didn't have time, so I ended up watching another playthrough of that. And I'm really sad about that I deprived myself of a proper first time, or like a properly experiencing the game on my own. So in the future I would love to play Fear and Hunger free on stream or on my own. I think that would be really, like a really good time. Evade? That's crazy. Didn't know you had that in you. Wait, this only okay. That's pretty problematic. So, like, you're immune to what I want to do there, I guess. Can you... Why did that do so much more to Simon compared to everyone else? Is this one of those stupid, like, stat checks? Randomness, go. It failed. I really dislike my party composition right now. I can't lie. Bro. Simon. I'm struggling out here. Okay, so you can debuff his defense, but not his offense. I can't believe we started with the wrong party for this, and then we just easy peasy turn it around. That's called being goaded with the sauce. Apparently you can poison nameless gods, and it does 9,999 each turn. That's pretty good info to have, to be honest. I really dig that. Good idea, whoever had that idea to poison god. Is that deicide? I mean, is it really deicide if the god is nameless? I'm asking the important questions now. Can we really be sure it's a god if it proclaims to be a nameless god? I guess you'd need to have some way to verify if it's god or not. Was that some kind of artificial god? Is an artificial god deicide? There's a shadow of a one in the tower. Is a shadow of a god deicide if you kill it? These things happen. It feels... I like this. A quiet little shrine to the unknown. Now that we've cleared the entity, this place should carry some magical power for future use. And I'll do my very best to make use of it. Thank you. We've accomplished some other things meanwhile, haven't we? I'm sure they'll want to know. Yes, let's see. With all the religious connections and research done, I think I can guarantee that I can help out in the coming battle. Oh, and while searching through church archives, I found one of these. That's the last one. Last achievement, not the last hidden sword. Fuck you, game! Why would you have it? Why would you bait me with an achievement that says that's the last one and then say it's not the last? Hopefully the last one of these fuckers we have lying around. Enjoy. Does that mean I missed like 3 swords? We're grateful for all your work on this. And Simon, Let's talk later. Of course. So, it's done. Are you happy about how it went? I mean, we pulled off some complex magic. It remains to be seen if it will be effective, but I'm glad we did. As referring to your theological considerations. Well, those are issues that I may need to wrestle with for the rest of my life, or perhaps eternity. Unless Super Evala wants to show up and explain everything. Well, fuck. If that didn't work, I'm out of options. But you did want to come to some sort of cognitive conclusion about the church's theology. I guess that's one way to put it. Given how much the average person has seen, their personal philosophy needs to adapt. Cognitive? Yeah, cognitive is correct here. Like, you can make conclusions, like, he's saying like a recent conclusion. Not like not like an emotional conclusion or like given how much the average person has seen, their personal philosophy needs to adapt. That's just the thing. I want a fucking religion, not some abstract philosophy. It may be hard for you to accept, but most believers really truly believe what they say they do. No, I understand. I believe in big butts and big tits. And I cannot lie. But that's a kind of a problem. An abstract being, no matter how supreme, pales in comparison to a powerful being speaking into your mind and granting magical power. So you think we might be moving toward a polytheistic world where no goddess is viewed as omnipotent? Fuck, I hope not. That's just reality in your world. Look, I'm practical. I care deeply about the theology of it, but what matters most is the impact it'll have on people. And you think their faith has likely been shaken? Yes, and I recognize that no amount of theology is going to simply fix that. And so I find myself thinking, if we survive and become immortals, it seems almost certain that we'll eventually be viewed as divine. I mean, I assume you don't intend to rule forever as immortal tyrants. Why not? That's kind of like... I thought that we'd get like a reward from this, and that's kind of like what I want. Like, that's good. Yeah, I mean, why not though? We'd certainly need an exit strategy if things went on that long, but I'll focus more on the coming battle. Dude. My fanfiction brain / my author brain kicked in. I used to do some creative writing when I was younger, and I thought of an insanely cool intro, which is just, but it's hard to illustrate. You'd have to do it from the perspective of. The coolest way to do this would be if you do it from the perspective of the only person not to join in. Say, like Tersha or something. You have a cold open to the entire party committing suicide collectively. Group suicide. Because they've lived for too long and seen enough. And the world is redeemed, finished. There's nothing left to engage them. They don't want to become the problem. I don't know if you could do this from... I mean, maybe you could do this from like a complete... I don't know, nobody. They show a vision of everyone committing suicide, but that feels counterintuitive. But just like a cold open to that happening and how it fucks up the world afterwards, I think that would be a really cool start to a fantasy novel. You gotta build up to that? No, I don't think so. Like, you do it as a cold open, where the gods of the past all commit suicide, and you're left to live in the ashes, kinda. But I think the reason this would be more interesting is the fact that these people would presumably commit suicide after they've lived long and fulfilling lives, and everything is safe and perfect in the world, right? So it would be sort of like the opposite of, you know, the gods are dead, everything is fucked. It'd be the gods are dead because everything is perfect. Well, put some thought into it. If we survive, the whole harem could end up being viewed as a pantheon. Harem pantheon? Harem-theon? Fuck it. Go with big ol' shiny cunts. Good stuff, good stuff. You're really good at naming stuff. I dig it. It isn't entirely just a future concern, given that we have Ivala and Miffin. Right, none of us may be anything like what I'd consider a real divinity, but we do have power and we need to use it wisely. I hope the work I've done, speaking with other leaders, has taken us closer to some sort of humane solution. But if not, at least we have a big fucking magic bomb. I feel like that might be relevant in the conclusion of the story. I don't know, something about it screams gonna come up again later. And that's what everyone worships in the end. Don't you fucking start. We need a comm bomb. Have we gotten any new skills here? Because people hit 100 or something. Nope. Do you have a... I should cheat in the amount of money necessary to buy her. I feel like I haven't been out here. Like, I feel like I've done so little out here for so long now that I've completely forgotten the dialogues of everyone in the corner and, like, everything that's happening out there. I think it started out of shame, because I wasn't gonna do Aka's quest. So, like, I stopped going there and talking to people because I wasn't gonna give Aka the resolution she wanted. What's a good next thing? We're waiting on something before we do Kam's request, but I forgot what it is. I think it's either Lenine's request or it's Altina's request. Speaking of, we should go to the palace and check Lenine's request. Can I do these now? I couldn't do them last time. Can I do them now? We need more strong sources of wood. Could we pull it off in Dargalon? I think we could do it. What do you say, Simon? Yeah, we couldn't do that last time. We need more strong sources of wood. Could we pull it off in Genelon? It looks like we don't have quite enough influence there. Huh? How? 85% done. Is that Altina's request? Wait, do we... Nothing else involves the elves at all, right? Recover information from the northern kingdoms. Convert influence into benefits. Huh? All I recall about her request is that she's big vibing in New Javini down here. Because this is Altina's request, right? And it does involve a bunch of elves as well. But you know what? I think I have to take a break here. I'm faltering a little bit, which is a bit worrying, because I've slept really well. And I don't think I should be feeling as out of it as I am. I've noticed some medication issues recently, so my energy levels have been lower than I would like them to be. And I've tried to compensate by moving more and waking up more at like more consistent times, exercising more and seeing the sun more, and also just eating healthier. I've done all those things and I have less energy than I have had for a long, long time. And I think this is the first time I've streamed for only 2 hours, and I feel like really tired. after only 2 hours, which is really weird. It could be because I didn't use headphones for like an hour, but I don't think that should play into it too much. Mommy says I have elfness in me. That's cute as fuck. That is so cute. But yeah, so I think I have to call it here. I think what I want to do, since I called it so early here, ideally I would like to stream tomorrow at about the same time for another 2 hours or so before I go exercise. We'll see if I feel up to it, but if not, then I'll definitely stream on Sunday again. But it's a bit unfortunate. Wow. But we did get 2 quests completed, which is more than we've gotten in a while, right? I feel like we got like 0 quests completed for like 4 streams straight. But yeah. Bye, nerd. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back probably tomorrow, otherwise Sunday. Peace.